Good Sunday evening from the Superior Propane Center in Moncton, New Brunswick. It is the final game here on Rink A for the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Hi there, everyone. My name's Jeff Robichaud. Welcome to AO Live's continuing coverage of the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. It's been a great weekend of hockey here in the Greater Moncton area from the Quebec Maritime Hockey League Cup, which happened over in Dieppe this weekend. Congratulations to Team Nova Scotia as they came out victorious after defeating Team New Brunswick earlier today. Congratulations to our earlier game here on Rink A, the U14 females. Team New Brunswick defeated Team Nova Scotia by a 5-2 mark. And so we're getting all set here for the championship game of the U15 male division here at the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Coming up in just a few moments, we're going to have the national anthem, and we'll get all set to drop the puck on the opening 20 minutes. And so the national anthem is coming up here. The players thought they were just getting ready to drop the puck, and so we're going to get the national anthem in, and then we will have a quick look at the starting goaltenders here this afternoon. So again, Team Nova Scotia, Team New Brunswick, puck drop coming up in just a couple of moments. National anthem's all said and done. We're moments away from dropping the puck here in the championship game of the U15 male division here at the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Again, Jeff Robichaud with you on this Sunday evening. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. Hope everyone is going to get a chance to kick back and enjoy some delicious fixings either today or tomorrow. Starting goaltenders for this evening's game for Team New Brunswick, the visiting team, is going to be Xavier Leblanc, and for Team Nova Scotia, it's Aaron Meaden. Team New Brunswick in the blue uniforms, red and white trim, going left to right. Team Nova Scotia in the gray uniforms, blue and white trim. Face-off is won by Team New Brunswick. They play it up as far as the Nova Scotia line. Nova Scotia coming up with it through the neutral zone and over the line. This is Jack Baldwin playing it down into the corner. He loses it. It's Jackson Fraser playing it up along the wall, knocked down by Baldwin. Baldwin playing it out in front of the goal. Puck's loose in the blue paint. Xavier Leblanc not sure where it was. Puck goes all the way back to the point. There's a long wrist shot, blockered down by Leblanc. Rebound just rolls to the right of the New Brunswick goal. Puck still loose. Team Nova Scotia peppering Leblanc here early. Finally, Team New Brunswick get it, and they'll just flick it down into neutral ice. It's going to be a foot race down into Nova Scotia territory. Pass right in front of the goal, and what a nice save by Aaron Meaden. And just like that, after giving up a couple of shots down low and in tight on Xavier Leblanc, the Team New Brunswick come back the other way, and they test Aaron Meaden right away on a 2-on-1, and he's up to the task. 53 seconds gone here in period one. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. There's a shot from the point right on, and Meaden kicks out the left leg. Puck into the slot area, and nobody there for Team New Brunswick. Trying to break away for Team Nova Scotia is Matthew McDonald. McDonald has the puck taken away from him, however, by Liam Bowles. He'll play it all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory. Back to get it for Team Nova Scotia is Liam Duffy. Duffy off the wall for Chisholm. Chisholm back to Duffy. Puck out in front of the goal as it was turned over by Team Nova Scotia. And a quick shot there by Braden Kerrigan. Turned aside there by Meaden. Carter Odell gets pinned against the wall. Nova Scotia will come up with the puck and they'll skate down the right side. They'll get in over the red line and dump it into New Brunswick territory. LeBlanc out to play it. He'll play it over onto the far left side for Max Bryan. Bryan plays it over to the open wing. Nobody there for New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will fire it back into New Brunswick territory. Nova Scotia making some wholesale changes. As spinning back behind his own goal is Liam Bowles. Bowles will drop it there for Guyberson, who will play it over onto the near side. Puck gets chipped off the wall. Through the neutral zone, now come Team New Brunswick. Down the right side, this is Richard. Richard losing control of the puck. Team Nova Scotia will come up with it. There's a pass up onto the left side for Haverstock, and he'll just play it down into New Brunswick territory. Pass to the neutral zone, broken up at the red line there by Team Nova Scotia. Spinning back is Mateo Roy. He'll send a pass off the wall down into Nova Scotia territory. No icing. Tillman plays the puck off the wall and out in a neutral ice. Team New Brunswick will fire it back into Nova Scotia territory. Puck gets wrapped around onto the near side. Haverstock there to play it all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. 3 minutes gone here in the opening period, still scoreless. Team New Brunswick, Team Nova Scotia. And the U15 male division here at the Atlantic Challenge Cup 2024 edition. Samuel Nolan plays it high off the glass out in a neutral ice. Nova Scotia will play it inside the line. Back the other way now. Here's Kerrigan. Kerrigan trying to get a shot off, and that was broken up before he could get the shot away. In over the line now. Team Nova Scotia chipping it down into the corner. Morgan Fleming chasing it down for himself. Fleming looking for the loose puck. Mika Richard trying to get it out, and it'll be played towards the middle of the ice, and finally Team New Brunswick will get it out into neutral ice. Lawrence Williams plays it up for Kerrigan, who tips it down into New Brunswick territory. There's a pass that'll just get tipped out into neutral ice. Team New Brunswick will play the puck all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory. 4 minutes gone now here, still scoreless, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. In over the line, Lawrence Williams towards the front of the goal. Puck's loose, they score! A nice rush down the left side by Lawrence Williams. He throws it out in front of the goal. And I do believe it was Jack Baldwin on the doorstep who was able to pot it home. And Team Nova Scotia jumps out to an early 1-0 lead. The goal coming at 4:07 of the first period. Jack Baldwin from Andrew Urquhart and Lawrence Williams. Liam Bowles playing the puck down below the goal line in Nova Scotia territory. There's a pass into the slot here. He goes all the way back to Bowles. Shot right on, blocker save, rebounds loose. Puck's loose at the side of the goal. And it was a nice save there by Aaron Meaden, who was able to kick the left leg at. 2-on-1 shaping up here for Team Nova Scotia. Here's Bryan. His shot. That sails wide to the far side. Team New Brunswick will just get it out in a neutral ice, and Nova Scotia will play it all the way back into their own zone. Liam Duffy plays it over onto the near side for McPhee, who's pass up onto the left wing for Andrew Urquhart. Urquhart has it knocked off his stick inside the New Brunswick line. Back the other way now comes Team New Brunswick. In over the line, Nolan driving to the net. He has it rolled off his stick. 5 minutes gone here in the opening period. 1-0 is the score for Team Nova Scotia. Pass out in front of the goal. That was cleared away there by the Nova Scotia defense. Nolan spins away from a check. Nolan still looking for some options. He'll play it all the way back to the point. There's a long wrist shot, redirected, and it goes up over the glass and out of play. Great pace to start this first period here in this championship game. It's the final game of the tournament here on Rink A for the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Jeff Robichaud with you on this Sunday evening. Again, happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. Face-off will be to the right of the Nova Scotia goal. Nova Scotia will clear the puck all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. Going back to get it is Carter Bizo. Bizo has it taken away from him, but coming all the way back is Miguel Duplessis. He'll play it out in the neutral ice. Jack Cameron for Nova Scotia plays it back inside New Brunswick's line. There's Bizo's pass. That'll go past everyone all the way down the ice. And the linesmen are going to wave it off, and they're going to tell them to keep playing. Nice one-touch pass through the neutral zone. Carter Odell trying to drop it back. That pass was broken up. Team New Brunswick played out in the neutral zone. And over the line they come. Nolan once again. Nolan driving to the net, and he has it knocked off his stick at the last second. Wasn't able to get a shot off. There's a long shot from Miguel Duplessis. That was steered aside easily there by Meaden. Puck will go all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. Back to get it is Jamie Jaye. His pass up onto the right side for Duplessis, unable to handle that pass, and the puck will go all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. Here's Lucas Chisholm at the point. He'll fire a shot wide of the New Brunswick goal. Puck out into the slot area, and there's a shot that'll sail wide of the short side. Puck back towards the slot area. Nova Scotia unable to get another shot off. Spins, fires right on. That shot there coming off the stick of Nash Haverstock. And it's corralled there by Xavier Leblanc. 6:43 gone here in the opening period. A 1-0 Team Nova Scotia lead on a goal by Jack Baldwin. There's a shot off the draw. It goes off a stick and wide of the New Brunswick goal. Pass right through the slot area. Nobody there for Team Nova Scotia. Long pass over onto the left side. Team New Brunswick now into Nova Scotia territory. They'll just play it down below the goal line. Nova Scotia trying to wrap it around, but it takes a New Brunswick bounce. Puck into the blue paint area, and Mead is able to grab onto it. Meaden is able to grab onto that one and hang on. And lots of traffic down there at the top of the blue paint. 7:04 gone now here in period number 1. 1-0 Team New Brunswick with trailing, to Team Nova Scotia. Face-off is to the right of the Nova Scotia goal. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. There's a shot, sails high and wide. That coming off the stick of Miguel Duplessis. Nico Richard gets taken down in behind the goal. Duplessis will chase it down over on the far side into the slot area. That pass there was intended for Josh Stewart. That was broken up. Puck is loose in the slot area. Cleared away there by Team Nova Scotia. Liam Bowles takes down his man. There's a pass in front of the goal. Team New Brunswick now here buzzing. Josh Stewart turns it over, but Team New Brunswick managed to get the puck back down into the near corner. Nova Scotia, that was Lawrence Williams trying to clear that out, and that was broken up. Team New Brunswick playing it back to the point. There's a long wrist shot off the goalpost. Rebounds right there, and unable to pull the trigger on the open net there was Maxime Richard. There's another long wrist shot right on, and Meaden will grab onto that and hang on. Meaden did not see that shot from the point coming off the stick of Liam Bowles that hit off the goalpost. Very fortunate for him as it's the goaltender's best friend. 11:57 to go here in the first, and a 1-0 Team Nova Scotia lead over Team New Brunswick. Scramble draw over on the far side. Nova Scotia will just play it out into neutral ice. It actually hit someone in the Nova Scotia bench, and so they're going to bring the face-off back into Nova Scotia territory to the right of Aaron Meaden, goaltender for Team Nova Scotia. Off the draw, it's Team New Brunswick Trying to play it into the slot area, and that was broken up. Big hit inside the Nova Scotia line as Max Bryan was run over by the pinching defenseman on the far side. There's a long lead pass intended there for Richard. It was too far for him, and it's going to be an icing call, and they're going to bring the face-off all the way back into New Brunswick territory as Mateo Roy was the one who stepped up on his man and lowered the boom just inside the Nova Scotia line just a few moments ago. 11:26 to go here in the first period, Getting a little ahead of myself. It's been a long weekend. I apologize, folks. Face-off is to the right of LeBlanc. Draw one there by Nova Scotia, or by New Brunswick. They cleared it out as far as the line. Nova Scotia keeping it in. Jamie Jaillet gets pinned against the wall down in the far corner. He'll kick it over onto the near side. Puck comes loose to the side of the goal, picked up there by Team New Brunswick, and they'll start back the other way. Long pass to the neutral zone. That goes off the stick of Jackson Frazier down into Nova Scotia territory. Frazier takes it away from the defense down low in Nova Scotia territory. Jaillet overhandles the puck, and back the other way now comes Max Bryan. Bryan one-on-one. Bryan gets stood up there nicely, lost control of the puck. Jaillet there to pick it up for Team New Brunswick. He has it in behind the goal. He'll play it around the far side. Jaillet took a high hit there. Pass for the neutral zone. That was broken up there by Lawrence Williams. He'll take it back down the left side. He'll hit the brakes. Williams will dish it off in behind the New Brunswick goal. New Brunswick having a hard time clearing it out of their own zone. Finally, it'll be played over onto the right side for Maxime Eric Morin. He'll play it down into Nova Scotia territory. Jackson Frazier in behind the goal. Frazier still with it now. Into the high slot area. Lost control of it, but it was kept in at the line there by Marc-Olivier Ouellet. Nova Scotia controls. New Brunswick player went down, very slow to get up. As Nova Scotia into New Brunswick territory. Pass right through across the seam. Nobody there. Carter Odell will play it down. There's a long shot right on LeBlanc, the save. That shot coming off the stick of Lucas Chisholm. Connor Allaby through the neutral zone. He'll just dump it down into Nova Scotia territory. 10.5 minutes gone here in the opening period. 1-0 Team Nova Scotia. Marc-Olivier Ouellet plays it out as far as the line. Team New Brunswick will just dump it into Nova Scotia territory. That'll allow New Brunswick to change up the defense pairings. New Brunswick playing it all the way back to the point. There's a long wrist shot. Goes off a couple of skates and into the near corner. Pass will come all the way back to the point. Bizot plays it into the open corner. Nova Scotia will play it hard off the wall. It'll go off a stick and up over and into the Team Nova Scotia bench. Jack Baldwin with the lone goal of the period so far with 8:52 to go here in the opening period. The referees are deciding where this face-off should go. It did go off a Team New Brunswick player's stick, even though it was played out by Team Nova Scotia, shot out. So face-off in the neutral zone. Draw one there by Team Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia will dump it down into New Brunswick territory. LeBlanc will leave it in behind the goal. Pass up onto the right wing for Nathan LeBlanc. LeBlanc's pass gets turned over at the line. But New Brunswick will fire it off the glass. Picked up by New Brunswick at the Nova Scotia line. Pass was in behind Nathan LeBlanc. There's a pass going through the blue paint. Nobody there for Team New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will just play it off the wall and get it down into New Brunswick territory. Mateo Roy. He'll play it up onto the right side. Nice one-touch pass into the neutral zone. New Brunswick in over the line. Nathan LeBlanc looking for a redirect going towards the goal. New Brunswick able to keep the play alive just inside the Nova Scotia line, but they will get it down in the next attempt. The puck will roll all the way down to LeBlanc. He'll play it over to the open wing in his own zone. There's a clearing attempt that hit the back of the linesman. Took a New Brunswick bounce, however. Team New Brunswick got it as far as the line. And they'll fire it back into Nova Scotia territory. 7:35 to go here in the opening period. A 1-0 Team Nova Scotia lead. Nova Scotia will just dump it right in onto Xavier Leblanc, who will grab onto that with the trapper, and he will hang on for a stoppage in play. Face-off will be to the left of the New Brunswick goal. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. They'll skate it out through the neutral zone. In over the line they come. Jackson Fraser overhandled it, turned it over, and Nova Scotia's back the other way. Dumping it down into the far corner is Braden Kerrigan. Morgan Fleming is on the puck for Team Nova Scotia. He turned it over, however. And New Brunswick is away through the neutral zone. A 1-on-2. In over the line is Maxime Eric Morin. Morin gets taken down. Nova Scotia will come up with the puck. That's Alistair McPhee playing it over onto the far side. And through the neutral zone now come Team Nova Scotia. New Brunswick will play it up into the neutral zone. Morin in over the Nova Scotia line. Fires a shot right on. Meaden with the save. And he will grab onto that with the trapper and hang on with 6:35 to go here in the opening period. A 1-0 Team Nova Scotia lead here in the championship game of the U15 male division here of the 2024 Atlantic Challenge Cup. Jeff Robichaud with you here on AO Live. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage here this weekend. It's been a great weekend of hockey, not just here at the Superior Propane Center, but also in Dieppe at the Uniplex, as well as with the U16s playing in the QMJHL Challenge Cup. Congratulations to Team Nova Scotia there as they took home the championship for the second straight year. New Brunswick now back the other way and over the line. Here's LeBlanc taking a shot, and he fires that one high and wide. New Brunswick will keep the puck in. Pass right up into the slot area. There's a shot that goes off a stick. Rebounds right there, and that shot actually was blocked by Jaden Tillman, the defenseman. There's another shot that goes up off the crossbar and up over the glass and out of play. So Team New Brunswick buzzing here. Some good speed off the rush. 5:58 to go here in period one. And the face-off will be to the left of the Nova Scotia goal. Again, Jack Baldwin with the goal for Team Nova Scotia at the 4:07 mark of this first period. Puck knocked out of the air with a high stick, and so the face-off will come out outside in neutral ice. It's off the draw. It's controlled there by Team New Brunswick. They'll just dump it down into the near corner. Nova Scotia will play it up along the wall. Knocked down by Team New Brunswick. Allaby down low. New Brunswick trying to work its way towards the front of the goal. Nolan will cycle it down into the corner for Allaby. Allaby ties up his man. Pass out in front of the goal by Nolan. That was broken up. Mateo Roy plays it down into the corner. Pass into the slot area. Shot right on. Meaden with the save. Rebound is cleared away out into neutral ice by Team Nova Scotia. Bizo plays it over onto the far side. Puck turned over. Here's a 2-on-0 shaping up here for Nova Scotia. There's a nice diving play defensively as Team New Brunswick was able to get back. That was a near 3-on-0. I'm going to say that was Mateo Roy that got back and dove back. There's a long pass. It'll go all the way down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call, so they're going to bring the face-off all the way back into Nova Scotia territory with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the opening period. Again, Team Nova Scotia, the home team here this evening. Off the draw, Nova Scotia with a shot, and LeBlanc with the save. Rebound corralled there by Guyberson. He'll play it up onto the near side. As taking it in over the line was Nathan LeBlanc. He lost control of it at the line and put himself offside. And so the face-off will come out in neutral ice. 15:27 to go. Or gone, I should say, here in the first period. Draw one there by Team Nova Scotia. Tillman, he'll skate it in. Has it knocked off his stick, but Haverstock is able to get the puck down deep in New Brunswick territory. Josh Stewart, he'll just chip it out into neutral ice. Nova Scotia will play it back inside the line, and New Brunswick will clear it back out into neutral ice. Stewart bumps his man in front of the Nova Scotia bench. LeBlanc gets pinned against the wall. Here's Jaillet. He'll play it over onto the right side. Nova Scotia controls in their own zone. They turn it over at the line. Although they do get control of it once again. Over onto the near side. There's a backhand shot. LeBlanc the save. Rebound is there in the blue paint, and somehow reaching back and sprawling back without his stick. LeBlanc was able to find that loose puck with the blocker. Grab onto it and hang on with 3:43 to go now here in period number 1. Again, 1-0 Nova Scotia lead. Jack Baldwin with the goal for Team Nova Scotia here in the first period. That goal coming at the 4:07 mark. Team New Brunswick through the neutral zone. Aguilar plays it over into the near corner. Fraser plays it in behind the goal. Pass out into the slot area. There's a shot right on. They score! Connor Allaby, his shot, he fanned on the shot, but it actually went right to Jackson Fraser, who was standing to the left of the net, and he had a wide open cage, and he was able to bury it past Aaron Meaden, who really had no chance on that one. And Team New Brunswick have tied the game up here with 3:26 to go in the first period. Nova Scotia playing the puck inside the New Brunswick line. Bizo will play it over into the far corner. Puck goes around into the near corner. It'll be picked up there by Team New Brunswick. They'll play it back behind their own goal. It'll go over onto the far side. Aguilar unable to get it out. Team Nova Scotia actually take it out of the zone themselves. There's a turnover at the Nova Scotia line. Here's Morin trying to work his way through. There's a delayed penalty here coming up to Nova Scotia. And so the first power play of the game is going to be going to Team New Brunswick with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the opening period. So Jackson Fraser from Maxime Eric Morin at 16:34 of the first period, tying the game up at 1, and Team New Brunswick looking to add to that, as going to the penalty box for 2 minutes or less is Lawrence Williams of Team Nova Scotia. So the first power play of the game, as I mentioned, going to Team New Brunswick. There's Jaillet at the far left point, walking his way over to the right side. Bizo walking in, his shot gets blocked. Nova Scotia clears it out as far as the line, and it goes all the way down into New Brunswick territory. 2-on-1 shaping up, there's a pass across, shot right on, and a nice save by LeBlanc. Back the other way now comes Team New Brunswick through the neutral zone. In over the line they come, there's a shot right on, and Meaden with the save. Rebound controlled by Team New Brunswick, scrambling at the side of the goal. It'll finally find its way under the trapper of Meaden in the blue paint, and he'll grab onto that and hang on for another stoppage in play. With 2:17 remaining here in period number 1, 1:23 to go in the Team New Brunswick power play. Face-off is to the left of the Nova Scotia goal. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. Jaillet along the wall. Duplessis back for Jaillet. Down low into the corner. Pass through the blue paint, and that goes off the side of the net. Nice backdoor play there by Team New Brunswick. Team Nova Scotia is able to come up the loose puck and fire it all the way down into New Brunswick territory. Jaillet will start up down the right side. Lost control of it, but it'll be picked up by Duplessis. He'll play it over onto the left side for Nolan. Nolan working his way in. Nolan now with it in the corner. Pass through the slot area. Puck underneath the pad of Meaden as it went off the skate of his defenseman. And it's a good thing his pad was down because that could have found the back of the net. And it could have been a very lucky power play goal there for Team New Brunswick, but nonetheless, good net awareness there by Aaron Meaden. Face off to his right. 1:35 to go in the first. Still 41 seconds to go in the New Brunswick power play. Jaillet for Nolan. Pass on to the right side. Pass right through the slot area for Guyberson. Jaillet back at the right point. Jaillet turns it over. Nova Scotia is able to clear it out, and they'll get it down as far as the New Brunswick bench. Skating for it now is Max Bryan. Bryan towards the front of the goal, lost control of it, and it's New Brunswick who comes up with it, and they'll skate back the other way. 5 seconds to go now in the power play. Big hit at center ice as Samuel Nolan was on the receiving end of that. Liam Bowles plays it back behind the New Brunswick goal. Connor Allaby skating it through the neutral zone. Under a minute to go now here in the opening period. Puck played back to the point. New Brunswick will play it down into the corner as it'll go off and actually knocked out of the air with a high stick. And so we'll have another stoppage in place. 36.3 seconds to go here in period one. Again, a 1-1 game right now. Jack Baldwin for Team Nova Scotia. Jackson Fraser for Team New Brunswick. Draw one there by Team Nova Scotia. New Brunswick on it, however, down below the goal line right away. Nova Scotia will just find the opening and play towards the middle of the ice, picked up by Jack Cameron. Cameron will play it down. It'll bounce right in onto Xavier Leblanc as it kind of took a funny bounce off the leg of the defenseman in front of him. And so he elects to grab onto it and hang on. 21 seconds exactly remaining here in period one. Nova Scotia playing it off the wall. Picked up there by Liam Bowles. And New Brunswick will skate it out. Pass over onto the far side. Fraser turns it over. Back the other way. Team Nova Scotia tried to come back the other way, but it looked like it hit some snow in front of the New Brunswick bench as the buzzer will sound to bring to an end the opening 20 minutes here at the Superior Propane Center that has Team New Brunswick and Team Nova Scotia tied up at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Just one power play opportunity in that first period, and it was a penalty to Team Nova Scotia. And Team Nova Scotia opened the scoring at the 4:07 mark. Jack Baldwin assist going to Andrew Urquhart and Lawrence Williams. It was 1-0 for Team Nova Scotia. But then at the 16:34 mark, Jackson Fraser would tie the game up. And Maxime Eric Morin picking up the assist. It was just one of those shots where it went off a leg. It bounced right to Fraser, who had a wide open net, and he was able to slide it into the open net to tie the game up at 1, and that's where we stand after 20 minutes of play here at the Superior Propane Center, Rink A, in the championship game of the U15 Male Championships here at the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. I'm Jeff Robichaux. We're going to take a little bit of a timeout, and we'll come back, and we'll have second period action all set for you to go here on this final day of the Atlantic Championship Cup right here on AO Live. Welcome back inside the Superior Propane Center here in Moncton, New Brunswick. It is the championship game of the U15 male division here at the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Jeff Robichaud with you here on AO Live. Thanks for tuning in on this Thanksgiving long weekend. You know, traditionally the last couple of years this tournament ran into the holiday Monday, but they decided to condense the schedule a little bit to wrap the tournament up on Sunday night. And so hope you've enjoyed the coverage here this weekend if you've tuned in throughout the entire weekend. It's been a great weekend of hockey here in the Greater Moncton area, not only with just this tournament here at the Superior Propane Center, but you also had the QMJHL Challenge Cup for the U16 division here for the Atlantic Challenge Cup. So a nice little partnership there that they've decided to put together with the Atlantic Challenge Cup. And congratulations again to Team Nova Scotia, who were victorious in the Q Challenge Cup. Congratulations to Team New Brunswick, who won the U14 female division of the Atlantic Challenge Cup before this game this evening. And here we are for the final game of the U15 males as we're all tied up at 1 as second period action is underway. Team Nova Scotia going to be going left to right on the screen. There's a shot from the point redirected. Steered aside there by Aaron Meaden. New Brunswick trying to throw the puck out in front of the goal. That pass broken up. Back the other way now. Nova Scotia will turn it over at the New Brunswick line. Nolan through the neutral zone. He'll fire it in, and actually he's offside as Connor Allaby was a step in over the line before firing the puck into Nova Scotia territory. So our first stoppage in play with 19:17 to go here in period number 2. Puck fired back into New Brunswick, or Nova Scotia territory, excuse me. Lawrence Williams slows it down. There's a pass that goes off the hand of Maxime Richard. Puck gets cleared up along the wall. Puck down into the corner now as New Brunswick trying to throw it towards the front of the goal. That pass broken up. Good puck battle down along the wall. Jamie Jaye will pinch down into the corner. Josh Stewart knocks it down. Stewart throwing it out into the slot area. There's a shot right on, and Meaden kicking out the left leg. Down the right side, Nova Scotia playing off the wall. Nice job there by Carter Giberson to knock that down and play it back down into Nova Scotia territory. Cooper Strong. Strong trying to play it into the slot. Does so. There's a shot. LeBlanc the save. Rebound cleared away. Puck at the side of the goal somehow did not go in. There's a shot that got knocked down. LeBlanc is without his goal stick now. And Team New Brunswick finally will corral it and get the red line and play it down into Nova Scotia territory. They're able to dump the puck down into Nova Scotia territory, excuse me. Puck cleared away, knocked down by Team Nova Scotia. Hunter McLean looking for the loose puck, but it's New Brunswick that'll come away with it, and they'll play it back out into neutral ice. Jaden Tillman plays it off the glass down into New Brunswick territory, but it's Team New Brunswick that'll come up with it. Maxime Richard dishes it off. Nathan LeBlanc with a shot. That goes off a stick and up over the glass and out of play. 2:40 gone here in period number 2. Still tied up at 1. Jack Baldwin for Team Nova Scotia. Jackson Frazier for Team New Brunswick. Both those goals coming back in the first period. Draw one there by New Brunswick. There's a shot redirected wide of the goal. Jackson Frazier plays it back over into the near corner in Nova Scotia territory. There's a long shot from the point. That'll be grabbed onto there by Aaron Meaden. Marc-Olivier Ouellette and Morgan Fleming having a little bit of a conversation there, just at the tail end of that play, probably saying Happy Thanksgiving to each other. New Brunswick will play the puck down and behind the Nova Scotia goal. New Brunswick will turn it over. Actually, it'll go all the way back to the point. And Liam Bowles will play it back down below the goal line in Nova Scotia territory. There's a pass to the slot area. Nobody there for Team New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will skate back the other way, and they'll play it down into New Brunswick territory. Big hit down in the corner. A little pushing and shoving going on there between a couple of the players. Puck will get wrapped around over onto the far side. Pinching down, Jack Cameron plays it back down below the goal line. Nova Scotia controlling him behind the goal. They'll play it out in front of the goal. Nobody there for Team Nova Scotia. There's a fanned clearing attempt for Team New Brunswick. They'll play it back behind their own goal. Long pass up the left side. Fraser got a piece of it. Just enough to make it not be icing call, not icing, and that'll allow Team New Brunswick to make some wholesale changes. Puck gets played down into New Brunswick territory. Nova Scotia on the forecheck, turning it over in New Brunswick territory, and back the other way is Nolan. Feeds it up the right side for Jaillet, in over the line. Jaillet drops it. New Brunswick controlling. Nolan has it knocked off his stick, and Nova Scotia will just play it out in a neutral ice. Kicking it back into Nova Scotia territory is Carter Giberson. Nova Scotia will play it all the way back deep into the far corner in their own zone. Liam Duffy. He'll just flick it all the way down the ice, and this is going to get across, and this will be an icing call charged against Team Nova Scotia. So the face-off will come all the way back into Nova Scotia territory with 15:22 to go now here in period number 2. Face-off will be to the right of the Nova Scotia goal. Draw one there by New Brunswick. There's a slap shot off the stick of Mateo Roy that sails high and wide of the glove side. Puck takes a funny bounce off the wall and it be skated out of their zone there by Tillman. Tillman turns it over at the line, but there's going to be a penalty here coming up to Team New Brunswick, and so Team Nova Scotia will get their first power play opportunity of the evening. It's going to be a hooking call going against Josh Stewart. 4:55 gone here in period number 2. Face-off is to the right of the New Brunswick goal. Draw one there by Nova Scotia. Along the right side, Carter O'Dell will play it down into the corner. Cooper Strong over onto the far side. There's a shot that goes off the side of the goal. It's picked up on the near side by O'Dell. Back to the point. Tillman back for O'Dell. Back for Tillman. Tillman, the one-timer, redirected right on LeBlanc. The save, rebound is there, and Team New Brunswick's able to clear it out into neutral ice. Here's Tillman. Up the right side. Strong will play it down into New Brunswick territory. Bizo back to get it for Team New Brunswick. Plays it into the corner. Puck comes loose. It'll be knocked down at the line by McPhee. McPhee tried to feed the shot through, and that goes off a leg and will bounce all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory. Under a minute to go now in the Nova Scotia power play. 14 minutes remaining here in period number 2. Long pass will go all the way down the ice, right on to LeBlanc. LeBlanc will leave it there, and New Brunswick will clear it out. Back the other way now is Morin. One-on-one. Morin fires a wrist shot on, and Meaden will grab onto that and hang on. $13:48 to go here in period number 2. Again, a 1-1 hockey game here at the Superior Propane Center on this Sunday evening, Thanksgiving long weekend. Draw one there by Nova Scotia. McPhee in behind his own goal. For Williams. He'll skate it through the neutral zone and in over the New Brunswick line. Williams, top of the circle. He'll play it over onto the near side. There's a shot that goes off the shoulder of LeBlanc. Rebound will go all the way over to the far side. McPhee on the near side. Back over onto the left point. Pass through the seam area. Nobody there for Nova Scotia. There's a shot that would have missed the net there off the stick of Fleming as New Brunswick's now back at even strength. There's another shot that sails wide of the goal. Nova Scotia trying to play towards the front of the goal. That was broken up. There's another shot off the stick of Ewan Sim. And that's snapped out of the air there by LeBlanc. He'll hang on to that for a stoppage in play. 12:56 to go here in period number 2. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. Nova Scotia on the puck. In behind the goal, here's Kerrigan. Trying to play towards the front of the goal. That was broken up. Jaye hits the brakes in the corner, spins away from a check. He'll play it off the glass. Puck will roll out into neutral ice. New Brunswick playing it up towards the Nova Scotia line, knocked down. Firing it into Nova Scotia territory was Carter Giberson. New Brunswick now trying to keep the play alive in at the line. Giberson couldn't hold it in at the line, and he's forced back into neutral ice. He'll get the red line, and he'll fire it into Nova Scotia territory. New Brunswick on the forecheck. They'll drop it back off the bench as Bizot. His shot, that'll sail high and wide. It'll rattle off the glass and come all the way back out into neutral ice. Mateo Roy there to pick it up for Team New Brunswick. There's a long pass intended for Fraser. Just couldn't get a stick on it. And there's going to be a penalty here as Jaden Tillman is taking a roughing minor at the tail end of that icing call. As he took down Jackson Fraser in behind the Nova Scotia goal. It was a bit of a race for the puck. And so that being said, it's going to be a power play here for Team New Brunswick. On the icing call, the face-off will come outside, or it'll be in the neutral zone, I do believe, but I think it's going to be outside of the Nova Scotia line. And so that is correct. Normally on a face-off or on a penalty, the face-off would have been deep in Nova Scotia territory, but it was a New Brunswick icing call, so they're going to have the face-off right there, and Nova Scotia will control and fire it all the way down into New Brunswick territory. Second power play opportunity here for Team New Brunswick. In over the line, this is Allaby. Feeds it over onto the left side. It'll walk all the way down deep from his point position. He'll get it back at the left point. Nolan trying to work his way around. Plays it down into the corner for Allaby. Back for Nolan in the left corner. Back to the left point for Roy. He'll send it over onto the far side. Bizot turns it over. Dumping it back into Nova Scotia territory, and that'll give Nova Scotia some more time to kill off the penalty here. Bizot through the neutral zone and over the Nova Scotia line. 11 minutes to go here in the second period and a minute left in the New Brunswick power play. Nova Scotia is able to find the opening and fire it all the way down the ice. So nothing really going here for Team New Brunswick in the first half of their power play. Pass over onto the left side. Through the neutral zone. Bowles is in over the line. He'll drop it for Stewart. Back for Bowles. He'll play it down in behind the goal. It'll be picked up there by Max Bryan. He'll play it up along the far side. Knocked down by Team New Brunswick at the line. Nova Scotia will wrap it around the wall. Racing over to try and get to it, but unable to is Marc-Olivier Ouellette. And so that'll force New Brunswick all the way back into their own zone with 15 seconds to go in the man advantage as we approach the halfway mark of the game. We're still tied up at 1 between Team New Brunswick and Team Nova Scotia here in the U15 championship game of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Bowles into the slot area. There's a wrist shot right on, and Meaden will grab onto that and hang on as that shot came off the stick of Grayson Aguilar. Literally just past the halfway mark of the game. 9:56 to go here in the second period. We're all tied up at 1. Goals by Jack Baldwin for Team Nova Scotia back in the first period. Jackson Fraser for Team New Brunswick. Again, both those goals coming back in the first period. Puck played down and below the goal line. Chasing it down is Fraser. He gets pinned against the wall. Nova Scotia will just chip it out into neutral ice. And there's going to be an interference call here going to Team New Brunswick. I do believe, yes, that is the call. And it's going to be Jamie Jaillet going off for 2 minutes or less. So second power play opportunity for Team Nova Scotia here this evening. Off the draw, Nova Scotia trying to play it back to the point for Lucas Chisholm. And that rolled right between his feet, and it goes all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory. Tillman there to pick it up for Team Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia through the neutral zone now with some speed and over the line. Drops it back for Tillman. There's a wrist shot that'll sail high and wide of the goal. That coming off the stick of Matthew McDonald. Tillman down into the corner for McDonald. Back for Tillman. He'll walk in, fire the shot, eye high, and the right-handed catching Xavier LeBlanc will grab onto that and hang on. Face-off will be to the right, or the left, excuse me, of LeBlanc. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. They fire it up over the glass and ended up pretty much at my feet here in my broadcast area. Just give you an idea where we're at. We're in behind the penalty box here at the Superior Propane Center, and we're about 10 rows up, maybe 7, 8. Nova Scotia controls off the draw. Minute 10 to go in the power play, 8:50 remaining here in period number 2. Nice job there by Maxime Eric Morin, keeping Nova Scotia in their own zone here. They'll just tip it down into New Brunswick territory. Matthew McDonald gets pinned against the wall. It'll come loose. It'll be Strong trying to play it back to the point. Strong gets pushed down from behind, and that allows New Brunswick to come up with the loose puck and fire it down the ice. Half a minute to go now in the power play. Duffy will fire it into New Brunswick territory. Nova Scotia will send it back to the point. Back onto the right side for Haverstock. Back to the point. There's a shot from the left circle. Puck's loose in the blue paint. And LeBlanc reaches back and grabs onto that and hangs on as there's a plethora of bodies in front of him and down in the blue paint area. Good puck tracking there by the Team New Brunswick goaltender. $7:50 to go here in the second period as the penalty to Jaillet is about ready to expire. And now teams are back at even strength as Jaillet's out of the penalty box. And he forces the turnover at the line back the other way now. Here's Duplessis. Duplessis fires a shot. Puck's loose in the blue paint. They score! I do believe that was Samuel Nolan who poked it home. The initial shot came in off the stick of Duplessis, Aaron Meaden made the save and the rebound. He thought he had it corralled in his body, but it kind of fell down in behind him. It laid in the blue paint. And Team New Brunswick have taken a lead after a big penalty kill in the second half of this second period. It is now 2-1 with 7.5 minutes to go. It is Samuel Nolan with Miguel Duplessis picking up the assist. Here's Nolan once again trying to work his way towards the goal. That was broken up. Passed right through the slot area. Nobody there for Team New Brunswick. Baldwin turns it over. There's an opportunity now. Trying to get a shot off was Duplessis again. Had a stick lifted at the last second, and Nova Scotia is able to clear the puck down into New Brunswick territory. Duplessis will skate it all the way back around. He'll wrap it around the wall, clear it out as far as the line, kept in. There's a shot, redirected, they score! Nice low shot by Alistair McPhee. Was redirected in front of the goal, past LeBlanc. And just like that, we're all tied up at 2 once again. And it was Jack Baldwin who redirected that shot from the point. As I mentioned, Alistair McPhee with the assist. And so there we have it. Just as quickly as New Brunswick took the lead, Nova Scotia comes right back to tie the game up at 2. Just 40 seconds later. Morin gets the puck out in the neutral ice. Nova Scotia will play it back inside the New Brunswick line. Here's Bizot. His pass will go past everyone all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory. Lawrence Williams. He'll play it into the corner. Puck gets flicked out and all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. He's not going to have enough to make it for icing. First on the puck is Kerrigan. Kerrigan trying to play towards the front of the goal, looking for the loose puck as it's bouncing around. Doyle will play it in behind the goal, pass out into the slot area, back to the point. There's a slap shot from Tillman. That gets blocked. Trying to chase it down is Aguilar, but Team Nova Scotia will come up with it and they'll play it up onto the right side for Fleming. Fleming turns it over in the neutral zone. That'll be dumped down into Nova Scotia territory by McFadden. Puck deep in Nova Scotia territory. Fleming trying to play it up along the wall. That was broken up. Tillman will reverse the flow. Fleming gets it out in a neutral ice. As that puck will get tipped up into the Nova Scotia bench and we'll have a stoppage in play. 14:43 gone here in period number 2. We're tied up at 2. Jack Baldwin with a pair of goals for Team Nova Scotia this evening. Jackson Fraser and Samuel Nolan replying for Team New Brunswick. A little bit of a scramble just inside the Nova Scotia line. They'll come up with it and play it down into New Brunswick territory. Flicking it into the left of Xavier Leblanc. There's a pass that'll bounce off the wall out in the neutral ice. Nova Scotia will dump it back into New Brunswick territory as we're under 5 to go here in period number 2. New Brunswick turning the puck over. From behind the goal, Jamie Jaillet will just play it up. That shot gets knocked down. Jaillet trying to fight for it on the far side, and back the other way now is Nathan LeBlanc. Plays it to the middle of the ice. Here's Richard. Richard with a shot, and that goes off the shoulder and up over the glass and into the netting. .426 to go now here in period number 2. Face-off will be to the right of the Nova Scotia goal. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. There's a shot right on, and Meaden did not see that. That was a reactionary save there. They'll play it around onto the far side. Bowles will keep it in deep. Nova Scotia come up with it, and they'll tip it out into neutral ice. Back the other way now comes McDonald, cutting towards the middle. McDonald shot right on LeBlanc, the save, and the rebound will roll wide of the New Brunswick goal. Under 4 minutes to go now here in period 2. Duffy plays it over onto the far side. McPhee couldn't keep that in deep. He'll get it back in deep the second time. New Brunswick controlling. Bowles plays it off the wall. There's a pass intended there for Stewart. Stewart will get it inside the Nova Scotia line, but it's an delayed offside. Team New Brunswick will change up the forward lines. Nova Scotia will play it out in the neutral ice, so puck will be picked up there by Nolan. Mateo Roy down deep, plays it there for Allaby. And Nova Scotia will come up with it and just play it all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. 3 minutes to go here in the second period as there is an icing call being charged against Team New Brunswick, and so we'll have the face-off come all the way back into New Brunswick territory. And I should correct myself, 3 minutes and 1 second remaining here in period number 2. All tied up at 2. Pair of goals by Jack Baldwin for Nova Scotia, Samuel Nolan and Jackson Fraser for Team New Brunswick. Nova Scotia controls. There's a shot that gets knocked down there by Nolan. Nolan plays it out as far as the line. Kept in by Nova Scotia. Williams battling along the wall. New Brunswick will finally skate it out. It's Nolan. Nolan has it knocked off his stick. New Brunswick forced to play it back into the neutral zone so that they don't go offside, as New Brunswick will fire it back down into Nova Scotia territory. Here's Williams for Nova Scotia. He'll feed it up onto the far side. Urquhart just plays it off the wall, turned over. Puck bouncing on Aguilar. He wasn't able to handle that cleanly. Back the other way, Nova Scotia now in over the New Brunswick line. Tried to feed it through the slot area. A couple of New Brunswickers are back there defending, and that allows New Brunswick to come back the other way and over the line. Here's Morin. Morin on the backhand, right into the slot area. Pass was into the feet of Giberson, unable to get the shot off, and that allows Nova Scotia to come up with the puck. 1:45 to go now here in period 2. Long pass in for Max Bryan. New Brunswick will come up with the puck deep in their own zone, and they'll send it up the far side. Richard into the slot area. That pass there was intended for Aguilar. That was broken up. Aguilar out into the slot area. Gets a weak shot off, and that was blocked before it even got to the net. Puck into New Brunswick territory. 3 Nova Scotia forwards down deep, but broken up. Long lead pass intended for McFadden. Goes off the end of his stick. Team New Brunswick making some wholesale changes here. McFadden was up there all by himself. Puck gets wrapped around the wall. Off in the far side, deep in Nova Scotia territory. Under a minute to go now here in the second. There's a long wrist shot off the stick of Liam Bowles. That'll sail wide. Nova Scotia will just play the puck down into New Brunswick territory. New Brunswick will clear it back out into neutral ice, and Nova Scotia will dump it back in. Bowles, left side for Ouellette, who plays it out into neutral ice. Nova Scotia will play it back into New Brunswick territory. Long pass for the neutral zone. Delayed penalty here coming up, and it's going to be to Team New Brunswick. I do believe it's going to be Nathan LeBlanc. And it's going to be a head contact penalty. And it's going to be a 2-minute head contact penalty. So, face-off deep in New Brunswick territory with 21 seconds to go exactly here in period 2. We're all tied up at 2. Let's see what Nova Scotia can draw up here. Draw one there by New Brunswick. They'll play it out as far as the line, and off to the races is Stewart. Stewart one-on-one. Stewart gets stood up there in Nova Scotia territory. Long pass to the neutral zone. That was knocked down there by Jaillet, and that'll pretty much bring to an end the second period as the puck gets fired all the way down into Nova Scotia territory. The buzzer was sound, and that brings to an end the second period, which saw both teams put one up on the board, and they head to the dressing room tied once again, but this time tied up at 2. It was 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. We're 2-2 after 40 minutes of play. Second of the game for Jack Baldwin for Team Nova Scotia. Just 40 seconds after Samuel Nolan gave Team New Brunswick the lead. And that's where we stand after 40 minutes of play. When we come back in the third period, Team Nova Scotia will still have 1:39 of power play time to work with. And so it should be an interesting third period here at the Superior Propane Center. You're watching the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. It's the championship game in the U15 division here at the Superior Propane Center in Moncton. I'm Jeff Robichaud. We'll take a quick timeout when we come back. Third period action right here on AO Live. Welcome back inside of the Superior Propane Center in Moncton, New Brunswick. It is the final day of the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. Jeff Robichaud with you here on AO Live. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a great weekend taking in all the action here at the Superior Propane Center at all four rinks. And even those possibly even tuning into some of the QMJHL Challenge Cup that happened over in Dieppe this weekend. Congratulations to all the teams who have come out victorious over the weekend. We're just moments away here from third period action. We're all tied up at 2 between Team Nova Scotia and Team New Brunswick. Samuel Nolan gave Team New Brunswick a 2-1 lead at the 13:30 mark of the second period, Miguel Duplessis with the assist, and then Jack Baldwin with his second of the game just 40 seconds later, tying the game back up at 2. And so that's where we stand after 40 minutes of play. Before we get the third period underway here at the Superior Propane Center, got a hello going out to Mason, Tia, and Jeremy Yetman. That's going out from your grandfather, Greg, who is actually sitting right in front of me here in my broadcast location here at the Superior Propane Center. So hello and thanks for tuning in, and hope you're enjoying the game here so far this evening. So the referees are back out on the ice. We got 20 minutes back up on the scoreboard. So again, to start this third period, Team Nova Scotia has 1 minute and 39 seconds of power play time to work with. So it's going to be 5-on-4 to start the third period for Team Nova Scotia. So obviously a big kill here for Team New Brunswick to start off the third period. As Nova Scotia will play the puck down into New Brunswick territory. Giberson will wrap it around the wall for Team New Brunswick. It gets out as far as the line. Nova Scotia will keep it in. Giberson will chase it down. He'll slap it up against the wall once again. Knocked down nicely there by Williams. Nova Scotia controlling. Back to the point. Williams over onto the near side. Tillman trying to throw the pass through the slot area, and that was broken up. Strong. Back to the point for Tillman. Back to Strong. Nova Scotia keeping it to the outside for the most part here so far. New Brunswick doing a great job of that nice box there to keep everything to the outside. Puck is pinned against the wall. Picked up there by New Brunswick. They're able to fire it off the wall and down the ice. Half a minute to go now in the Nova Scotia power play. 18:45 to go here in the third period. Long pass up onto the right side. There's a long shot that'll sail wide of the New Brunswick goal. Nova Scotia will cycle it back into the corner. Took a funny bounce down where the door meets the boards down there. Nova Scotia controlling. Haverstock turns it over. In over the line they come. Here's Morin. Morin dishes it offside. There's a shot that sails underneath of Meaden. There's a shot right off the draw there by Stewart as he walked out from out of the corner. And Meaden was able to close the door. Nova Scotia trying to clear it out. They'll get it out as far as the line, and it will roll out into neutral ice. Here's Stewart off the wall. Nova Scotia will skate it through the neutral zone. Here's Cameron in over the line. Cameron with a shot, and that's blockered away there by LeBlanc. Kerrigan throws it towards the front of the goal. Nobody there for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia will just dish it down into the corner, far side. They'll play it back behind the New Brunswick goal. Duplessis plays it back behind his own goal, chasing it down on the far side is Giberson. His pass to the middle of the ice is picked up there by Duplessis. Duplessis in over the line. They'll play it down into the corner. Nolan up there looking for the loose puck. It's picked up there by Nova Scotia, and they'll play it up over onto the far right side. They'll skate it through the neutral zone. Jumping up into the play is Chisholm. Chisholm plays it over onto the near wing. Kerrigan trying to play it in deep, does so. There's a pass to the side of the goal, shot right on, and LeBlanc will grab onto that one and hang on, and some bodies go tumbling down in the blue paint right in front of Xavier LeBlanc. But nothing more will come from that, and so we have a stoppage in play with 3:06 gone here in period number 3. As expected, this game here, very, very close. Round robin game, Nova Scotia was leading 3-1 with about 2 minutes left. And then Team New Brunswick pulled the goaltender and tied the game up in the last 2 minutes. So it's no surprise that this game here is where it's at this stage. Walking in, Williams trying to get the shot through. That gets knocked down. New Brunswick will just clear the puck out into neutral ice. Nova Scotia will fire the puck back down into New Brunswick territory. Nova Scotia playing the puck back in deep. Here's an opportunity. Pass out in front. And nobody there for Team Nova Scotia. It's picked up by Team New Brunswick. They'll just clear it through the neutral zone and over the Nova Scotia line. Team Nova Scotia will pick it up. This is Williams. Almost seems like Williams hasn't gotten off the ice in the last 3 minutes. There's a pass towards the front of the goal into the slot. Shot right on. They score! Jackson Fraser with his second of the evening. And Team New Brunswick has taken a 3-2 lead, 3 minutes and 55 seconds into the third. Nathan LeBlanc picking up the assist on the second of the evening from Fraser. And so we're right back up. New Brunswick with a 3-2 lead. New Brunswick will just play the puck into neutral ice. Strong plays it back inside New Brunswick territory off the wall. New Brunswick trying to clear it out. And they will do so on the second attempt. Duffy, his pass was intended for Matthew McDonald. It goes off his stick all the way down the ice, and this is going to go all the way down for an icing call. And so we'll bring the face-off back into Nova Scotia territory with 15:23 to go now here in period 3. Again, a 3-2 New Brunswick lead. Pair of goals from Jackson Fraser and Samuel Nolan with the single goal for Team New Brunswick. A pair of goals for Jack Baldwin here this evening. And that's where we stand, 3-2. 4:37 gone here in the third. Tillman plays it over onto the far side. It's picked up by McLean. He'll play it back in behind the Nova Scotia goal. Nova Scotia will just chop it off the glass and all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. Williams, Roy plays it off the wall and over the line they come. Carrying it in was Bowden McFadden, but he was about a step behind the winger that was breaking in on the left side, and so it's offside at the Nova Scotia line. Face-off in front of the Nova Scotia bench. One there by Team Nova Scotia. They'll just play it down into New Brunswick territory. Baldwin towards the front of the goal, they score! And that is the hat trick goal for Jack Baldwin. And Team Nova Scotia have come right back to tie the game up a minute and 55 seconds after New Brunswick have taken the lead. And over the line now comes New Brunswick. There's a shot right on off the stick of Grayson Aguilar, and that was taken right into the Hockey Nova Scotia logo by Aaron Meaden, and he'll hang on. Draw one there by Team Nova Scotia. Duffy in behind his own goal, chasing it down. New Brunswick, however, come up with the loose puck. There's a shot that sails high and wide. That come off the stick of Morin. Did he ever rifle that one? Long shot right on. Shot scores! I do believe that was Maxime Eric Morin. And that is who got the fourth New Brunswick goal. It is Morin. With assist going to Marc-Olivier Ouellet. And it is 4-3 now. New Brunswick with the lead. In over the line they come. There's a shot. They score! Right off the draw, Matthew McDonald breaks in and fires it 5-hole past LeBlanc. And just like that, we're tied up at 4 once again. 4 goals already in this third period, and we're only 5 minutes and 43 seconds into it. Nova Scotia turns it over in the neutral zone. In over the line, Duplessis, backhand shot. That's it. That will roll wide to the short far side, excuse me. Here's Bizo, his wrist shot. That gets blockered away by Meaden. Puck gets cleared up along the wall. New Brunswick keeping it in at the line. And Nova Scotia will clear it out. Puck will roll back inside the Nova Scotia line. Puck just inside the New Brunswick line. Now they'll bank it off the wall. Picked up nicely there by Duplessis. He'll send it over into the open corner. Nobody there for New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will play it off the wall out into neutral ice. Puck will get fired back into Nova Scotia territory. 6:45 gone here in the third. We're tied up at 4. Puck gets played all the way back down into Nova Scotia territory, and they'll just flick it and get it back down just inside the New Brunswick line. Jaillet back to get it. He'll play it off the wall. And it gets chopped down into Nova Scotia territory. Delayed penalty, however. It's going to be an interference call coming up to Team Nova Scotia. With 12:54 to go here in the third. Face-off will be to the right of the Nova Scotia goal. Morgan Fleming, the guilty party, going off for 2 minutes or less. Here's Jaillet at the right point. They'll feed the puck right through the slot area. Nobody there for New Brunswick. On the near side, Aguilar back to the point for Jaillet. Feeds it over to the far side. Back to Aguilar, top of the right circle. His shot is snapped out of the air there by Meaden, and he'll grab onto that and hang on. 1:38 to go now in the New Brunswick power play. 12:32 to go here in the third period. So again, Jackson Frazier scoring for New Brunswick and Maxime Eric Morin. Jack Baldwin with 3 goals on the evening. And Matthew McDonald, just moments after the Morin goal. So the goals have come fast and furious here in the third period. Puck gets cleared up along the line, knocked down by Team New Brunswick, but Nova Scotia will clear it out on the next attempt. Chasing it down will be Max Bryan. He's battling down in the corner against Mateo Roy. New Brunswick through the neutral zone. Here's Duplessis. Just kind of fed it there to nobody. That allows Nova Scotia to pick it up and fire it all the way back down into New Brunswick territory. Mateo Roy. His pass up the right side for Duplessis through the neutral zone. Duplessis into the slot area. There's a wrist shot right on. LeBlanc with the shot. And Meaden with the save, and then Nova Scotia will clear the puck up over the glass and out of play. .11:46 to go here in the third period. 52 seconds remaining in the power play for Team New Brunswick. Duffy fires it off the wall and will get it all the way down into New Brunswick territory. LeBlanc will leave it there for Jaillet. Jaillet's pass up the right side for Duplessis through the neutral zone in over the Nova Scotia line, trying to feed it towards the front of the goal. It goes off a stick and in behind the net. Duplessis looking for the loose puck, but it'll be Nova Scotia that'll come up with it, and they'll fire it down the ice. Good pressure there by Team Nova Scotia to kill off some valuable time here. As the puck's pinned against the wall, finally it'll come loose. And that'll just about wrap up the power play for Team New Brunswick. As Fleming steps back out of the penalty box. Williams plays the puck along the far wall. Comes loose into the slot area. Here's New Brunswick. There's a shot right on, and the save there by Meaden. Nova Scotia will pick it up and fire it down the ice, and this is going to go all the way down, and this will be an icing call. We'll bring the face-off all the way back into Nova Scotia territory. Just 33 seconds short of the halfway mark here in the third period. We're all tied up at 4. Face-off is to the left of Meaden. Puck gets wrapped around the wall over into the far corner. Nova Scotia will start out. They'll play it through the middle of the ice. And they'll just chip it in wide of the New Brunswick goal. Guyberson plays it up along the wall. Morin gets it down into Nova Scotia territory, and all back to pick it up is Tillman. Tillman plays it over onto the far wing. New Brunswick will come up with the puck in the neutral zone, and they'll play it off the wall in their own zone. Back the other way now. They come with speed. Here's Morin in over the line. He'll fire a shot wide of the Nova Scotia goal. Just past the halfway mark of the third period. We're all tied up at 4 here in the championship game of the U15 male division here at the Atlantic Challenge Cup 2024 edition. Puck gets cleared along the wall. Nice pinch down low by Bizot to keep the play down deep in Nova Scotia territory. Nolan up there looking for the loose puck. It'll come loose. There's a slap shot that goes off a leg and into the near corner. Bizot pinching in. He'll keep the play alive. Here's Nolan. Nolan hits the brakes and circles into the corner. He'll play it all the way back to the point for Bizot. Back for Nolan. Pass out towards the front of the goal. That was broken up. Nova Scotia was looking for some options. They'll flick it and just get it down into New Brunswick territory, and they'll make some changes. Here's Roy for New Brunswick. Plays it over for Bizot. Bizot will play it off the wall into the near side for Roy. He'll play it over onto the right side. Little one-touch passing as Roy jumps up into the play. Or correction, that's Nolan. Nolan plays it down into the corner, down below the goal line. Duffy for Nova Scotia will play towards the middle of the ice, and Brunswick will keep it in and just play it back into the corner. Duplessis, he's looking for the loose puck. He has it. He'll fire a shot, and that'll sail way wide of the goal. Strong trying to play it out, knocked down there by Team New Brunswick at the line. There's a clearing attempt knocked down, as Stewart will play it into the corner, and he'll peel off. Puck turned over, as playing it over to the open wing was McFadden. LeBlanc down below the goal line. He'll kick it into the corner. Nova Scotia will pick it up and fire it down the ice. They're going to say no icing, as it was tipped. Under 8 to go now here in the third. We're tied up at 4. Ouellette plays it out in a neutral ice, so puck will hop on the defenseman over on the far side and end up deep in Nova Scotia territory. But back to get it is Williams. His pass up for Bryan. Bryan gets a shot off, and that's steered aside there by LeBlanc. Nova Scotia forced all the way back just inside their own line. Long pass will bounce off the wall and go all the way down into New Brunswick territory. LeBlanc will leave it there. Bowles plays it over onto the far side. New Brunswick will just tip it out into neutral ice, and then Nova Scotia will dump it right back in to New Brunswick territory. New Brunswick will play it out as far as the line, and they will get it out into neutral ice. Turning it over is Aguilar, only momentarily, and then it gets turned over again in the neutral zone. Here's Bryan working his way in. Here's a shot, goes off a leg and over into the far corner. Spinning away from a check is Frazier. He'll play it in behind the goal. There's a pass up onto the right side that'll bounce off the wall and all the way down into Nova Scotia territory. 6:25 to go here in the third period. Tied up at 4, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will pick it up in the neutral zone. Dumping it in is Lucas Chisholm. On the near side, Morin played it there for Jaillet, who plays it to the middle of the ice for Nolan. Nolan dishes it off. Jaillet jumping up into the play. Puck loose in front of the goal and finally is cleared into the corner by Nova Scotia, and they'll start out down the right side. Through the neutral zone now. This is Odell. Odell turns it over. The team New Brunswick will play it off the glass and get it just inside the Nova Scotia line. That gets tipped right down in onto LeBlanc from the neutral zone, and he'll leave it there. Team New Brunswick play it up onto the near wall, trying to skate it out, and does get it out in the neutral ice as Duplessis, but Nova Scotia will fire it back into New Brunswick territory. Mateo Roy will skate it out. He'll start out down the right side through the neutral zone. He'll play it high off the glass, down into Nova Scotia territory. Nova Scotia plays it over onto the far side. Roy will get a weak shot, and that'll go off a leg and into the near corner. Under 5 minutes to go now here in the third. We're all tied up at 4. Here's McLean and over the line. McLean gets tied up, forced into the corner. New Brunswick turning it over in the slot. There's a shot that gets blocked, and they'll control. Long pass to the neutral zone. A big collision there in the neutral zone. Nolan will play the puck down into Nova Scotia territory, and he'll peel off on a change. Nova Scotia will skate it out through the neutral zone. Williams in over the line. Williams gets stood up. Jaillet will pick it up down in the corner. There's a pass that'll get tipped out into neutral ice, and Nova Scotia will send it right back into New Brunswick territory. Nova Scotia, nice job there, breaking up that clear-out attempt by Team New Brunswick, forcing New Brunswick back deep in their own zone. Puck gets wrapped around the wall, and it'll come over into the near corner. Jaillet going to chase it down. He'll play it up onto the near side for Nathan LeBlanc. Puck gets cleared high off the glass, and it'll come out into neutral ice. 3.5 minutes to go. Here's Jaillet in over the line. He has the puck stripped from him. Nova Scotia will play it back down into New Brunswick territory. In over the line, here's Richard. He'll hit the brakes. No options, trying to cycle it in deep. Richard looking for the loose puck. Side of the goal, right out in front of the net, they score! Fans at one point were calling for a penalty, but it's a good thing they didn't because it turned out that it was a fortunate bounce. And I do believe that was Grayson Aguilar. And that is who is getting credited with the goal. And Team New Brunswick have taken the lead 5-4 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the third period. Nova Scotia will play the puck down into New Brunswick territory. Aguilar-Agni with the go-ahead goal. Maxime Richard with the assist. Nova Scotia keeping the puck in. There's a shot that'll go wide of the goal. On the far side, it'll be Fraser. He'll play it ahead for Aguilar-Agni. Puck will get fired in behind the Nova Scotia goal. Took a funny bounce and almost ended up right in front of the net. There's a shot off the stick of Jackson Fraser that goes off the stick of a Nova Scotia defender up over the glass and into the netting. 2:31 to go now here in the third period. There has been 5 goals scored here in the third period alone. 3 by Team New Brunswick, 2 by Team Nova Scotia. I suspect probably within the next minute or so, you'll see Team Nova Scotia take a timeout. Here's Jaillet. His wrist shot gets knocked down on the way through. Nova Scotia will play it out into neutral ice. Jaillet will play it off the glass. It hits a stanchion and bounces right down onto the stick of Cameron. Cameron lost an edge, and Nova Scotia's forced to play it into neutral ice. Here's Cameron with it once again. He'll send it to the middle of the ice. That pass broken up. Nova Scotia will come up with it, and they'll just play it down into New Brunswick territory. And they're going to say this was an icing call. I'm pretty sure I thought I seen Nova Scotia get their stick on it on the other side of the red line, but I'm up here and they're down there. So 2 minutes to go exactly here. And so the referee was over there talking to the linesman just to make sure and confer that that was the right call. So 120 seconds to go here in the third. That puck gets played high off the glass, down into neutral ice. New Brunswick, they'll skate it through the neutral zone. Here's McFadden. He'll get the shot off, and Meaden will make the save. Max Bryan send it over to the far side. Meaden on his way to the bench for the extra attacker. Empty net now for Team Nova Scotia. There's a shot right on. LeBlanc the save, and he will hang on with 1:25 to go here in the third period. You see the coaches with the board out, and Team Nova Scotia is going to take their 30-second timeout. And so here we are, folks. Going to be 6 men on the ice for Nova Scotia, empty net. Face-off will be deep in New Brunswick territory. So the timeout is done. We'll have the face-off to the left of Xavier Leblanc. Draw one there by Nova Scotia. Puck kept in at the line. Williams down low, looking for the redirect. That missed. Williams once again at the left point. As the puck comes outside the line, the whistle will blow and it's going to be an offside at the New Brunswick line with 1:09 to go now here in the third. Meaden's going to head back to the net, but I suspect he'll be probably about halfway out. Draw one there by Team New Brunswick. New Brunswick taking it in. They'll play it down deep in Nova Scotia territory. We're under a minute to go now here in the third. Team New Brunswick with a 5-4 lead over Team Nova Scotia. New Brunswick will fire it back into Nova Scotia territory. We'll see Meaden heading up the ice with the rest of the crew here. Puck got turned over in the neutral zone, and they're going to say there's the puck jumped up and hit someone in the Nova Scotia bench. And so the face-off will be just outside the Nova Scotia line with 30.8 seconds to go here in the third. Nova Scotia controls. They'll fire it into New Brunswick territory. Bounces off a stanchion right towards the middle of the ice. Puck gets cleared out into neutral ice. One last rush here for Nova Scotia, and they actually have it poked down into their own zone. 5 seconds to go here in the third. Long pass in over the line. Nova Scotia trying to drive wide. Nice job by the defenseman, Mateo Roy, to keep him wide and not allow him to get anything near the net. And Team New Brunswick have come out victorious here at the 2024 edition of the Atlantic Challenge Cup with a 5-4 victory over Team Nova Scotia. Just 4 goals scored between the first 2 periods of the game here today. And in the third period alone, there was 5 scored between the 2 teams. Jack Baldwin opened the scoring for Nova Scotia. At the 4:07 mark, Andrew Urquhart and Lawrence Williams with the assist. 1-0 for Nova Scotia. Jackson Fraser would get his first of 2 on the afternoon. That goal coming at the 16:34 mark to tie the game up at 1, and it was 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. In the second period, Samuel Nolan would put Team New Brunswick up by a 2-1 margin. That goal coming at the 13:30 mark. Miguel Duplessis with the assist, and it was 2-1 for Team New Brunswick just 40 seconds later at the 13:10 mark. Jack Baldwin would tie the game up at 2. Alistair McPhee picking up the assist there. It was 2-2 after 40 minutes of play. Jackson Fraser would get his second of the evening at the 3:55 mark, of the third period. And it was 3-1. Nathan LeBlanc picking up the assist. Jackson Baldwin would get his third of the evening at the 5:10 mark of the third period to tie the game up. Max Bryan, picking up the assist. Maxime Eric Morin would put Hockey New Brunswick up at that point. Once again, it's been an exciting game. Bottom line is Grayson Aguilar-Knee with the game-winning goal with just 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third period. Matthew McDonald also scoring for Hockey Nova Scotia. This was definitely one of the most exciting games of the tournament here this weekend. And congratulations to both teams for making it here. Here is the Players of the Game presentation for Team Nova Scotia and Team New Brunswick.
The Hard Hat Award is presented to a player who demonstrates exceptional work ethic, determination, commitment, and teamwork. It symbolizes the dedication and effort that are essential to the success in hockey. Celebrating the player who goes above and beyond to help their team. Receiving the Hard Hat Award for Hockey Nova Scotia, Max Bryan. Receiving the Hard Hat Award for Hockey New Brunswick, Maxim Eric Warren. It is now with great pleasure that we present the Atlantic Challenge Cup silver medals to the members of the Hockey Nova Scotia team. If you please step forward when your name and number is called. Number 1, Aaron Meaden. Number 2, Jack Cameron. Number 3, Lucas Chisholm. Number 4, Liam Duffy. Number 5, Alistair McKee. Number 6, Casey Tillman.
And so there you have it, a final score here from the Superior Propane Center. Team New Brunswick came out victorious with a 5-4 win over Team Nova Scotia here in the U15 male division here at the Atlantic Challenge Cup, as the celebration has begun for Team New Brunswick, and it wraps up a great weekend of hockey here this weekend in the Greater Moncton area. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage here of all the events that took place here on AO Live this weekend, between the Q Challenge Cup and Dieppe, which again, congratulations to Team Nova Scotia there. Congratulations to the U14 female division winners, Team New Brunswick, which that game took place earlier before this game here today. And again, congratulations to Team New Brunswick, who are the Atlantic Challenge Cup champions in the U15 male division. So on behalf of the whole crew here at AO.Live, I'm Jeff Robichaux. Thank you for tuning into our continuing coverage of the Atlantic Challenge Cup, and we will be back here again next season. Good night from the Superior Propane Center in Moncton.